back. Welcome back to the Excuse Me Brother podcast show. I'm your host, Brother Jay. You're a man short tonight, but show goes on, right?
Always.
Oh, what the hell was that? Excuse me, brother, what was that?
The random voices I make when no one pays attention to me.
Or no one pays attention to you.
I had a very sad childhood, let's be honest.
Good. Oh, yeah.
That's for another episode.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you did say that. Okay.
I did.
Okay, let's how you doing today, bro?
I'm great. I'm well rested. I was exhausted this morning. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, what happened?
No, I was just exhausted. I woke up like, do I gotta go to Coney Island this week today?
Oh, yeah, that's always a rough ride.
That's all right. I was the only person in my office. My supervisor called out, and everyone else called out. So I was like, oh, well, looks like I'm about to blast music. Not do anything. Get all my doors locked.
Yup. It's always nice when you get the office to yourself. You know what I mean?
No work done.
None. Zero. Well, as y'all can see, producer Jay is not in tonight. He's going through some things, so keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. But he's with us in spirit, as always.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously going to edit the show later, so let's hope everything works out for itself.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. I wish him best of luck with this. I don't know. He said it's family oriented, so I can only imagine the torture.
Family issues arise and everybody gets antsy and whatnot.
I mean, his is worse. He got kids, so
true, and a soon-to-be wife.
I mean, yeah, but like, I feel like that's not the biggest issue to him at the moment.
You're right, but you know, he didn't divulge all the details. I'm pretty sure when he feels like it, when he's most comfortable, he'll tell us what's going on. But
when I press him in the street because he won't have nowhere to run,
pull up on his job and just like, yo, talk to me.
Pick him up, put him on a hook like a real bully.
Give him a swirly too.
That's way too much. That's too much. I like him to keep working for me. Keep working with me.
Fair enough. So we're going back to the way things used to be before producer Jay pulled up on us and offered his services. When it was just me and you.
And I was a menace. Still in the menace. But
you still are a menace. What you mean was a menace?
I know. I have grown. I am much better than I was. Not by a lot, but still better.
How old are you now? 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got a little more going to do. I mean, don't we all?
Yeah.
So, what's been happening in the news today?
All right. So we got some stuff. Not a lot, but I got some stuff.
What you got?
So I wanted to talk about this for a bit, but I know you definitely heard about it. Do you remember it's a little political. We're gonna be a little political today.
Okay.
Do you remember? Did you? You heard about the Fox News being sued by Dominion? If that's pronounced correctly.
No, I didn't. What's going on with Fox News?
So Fox News got sued. So first of all, Dominion is one of the companies that made the voting machines.
Right.
So remember how everyone in 2020 said the election was stolen, especially on Fox News.
Right.
So Dominion sued Fox for defamation.
Oh shoot!
For all the years of saying that their voting machines were hacked and all this other stuff, even with all the evidence that came out that supported Dominion, saying that they were never hacked or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they kept saying it for years, about 2 years, and they're like, "Nah, we're done with this. We suing." And they put out a lawsuit. They put a lawsuit up against them. Have you really heard of it? Oh, it's great.
No, this is news to me. I didn't hear about this part.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, well, of course, I knew Fox News and, a lot of right-wing pundits kept saying, oh, the election was rigged, it was stolen, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but it gets funnier because of this, the anchors also had to like go to court and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And their text messages and their group chats got revealed to the public.
Oof.
And the true words about Trump came out.
Oh, spicy. They talking spicy in the group chat. Talk to me. What they talking about?
They were saying that they were calling him all types of stupid. And like we knew this. They would call him the dumbest names. They're like, he's a menace to society. So it was like, I can't believe he's like, soon we won't have to talk about this dumb idiot for after so much time. It's going
Fox
on.
Anchors group chat. Hold on, I gotta see this.
Oh yeah, look
Fuck.
it up. It's great. Tucker Carlson was talking the most. It was funny. He's
Of course,
like,
well, Tucker always got something to say. That's his thing.
I can't wait till I don't have to talk about this dumb idiot no more.
Oops, my bad. That's a
Oh,
ad that whatchamacallit.
it's okay.
I
No
will-
one. It's okay. We didn't hear it.
uh okay, it says following the explosive text from Fox News host revealed in February as part of the Dominion voting system's defamation lawsuit against network, Hassan Minhaj, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, please forgive me, is still a bit gobsmacked. On Tuesday night, the Daily Show guest host joked that in reality, it seems Fox personalities are more like those old MSNBC. Oh, snap. Okay, it says a quick refresher on those messages. In the court filing on Thursday, February 16th, Dominion Voting provided text, emails, and other forms of communication between Fox News hosts from after 2020 election, in which they called out some of the network's guests for perpetuating unsupported claims that voting was electronically rigged against twice impeached former President Donald Trump. Yeah. Now check this out.
I'm there. I'll read it all. I want. You gotta read it. You can't just die laughing.
I read some of it and it's funny.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. It's hilarious what they said.
Oh shoot! It says among the messages were one said that things like Sidney Powell is lying, sent from Tucker Carlson to his producer Alex Pfeiffer on November 16th, less than 2 weeks after the election, and quote, Sidney is a bit nuts. Sorry, but she is. Sent from Laura Ingraham to Carlson and Sean Hannity the day before. Oh my God, do you know what this means? These people are secretly saying, Manhager Marvel. They also don't respect anyone they have on their show. These guys are texting each other all day about how
Yeah.
bullshit Fox News is. This group chat is basically MSNBC. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I bring this up because Fox News reached a settlement.
Oh, they reached a
Agreement.
settlement. Okay.
And they reached a settlement agreement for $787.5 million.
780. Wait, I'm sorry. Excuse me, brother.
$787.5 million. So,
Well, that's a pretty penny. That is a pretty penny, bro. That's more than some net worths. That's a net worth number.
That absolutely is. That's close to. I'm like, they could have pushed it all. I'm upset. I kind of wanted to see it go to court just to see what would happen.
Well, I'm looking at more articles and saying that the original lawsuit was filed for $1.6 billion.
They could have got that billion.
They could have, but the rule of thumb is that you always aim high, so that way you can get a nice chunk. Because I'm pretty sure that it's the lawsuit is really not worth that much, but because one is Fox News and they've been wilding for a couple years. Yeah, they've been wilding for a while. But that's crazy.
I understand, but part of me really wants to push it all the way through, just see how crazy it really gets.
What was another thing that seems like that Rupert Murdoch, is that his name? The guy who basically runs Fox?
Yes.
He knew that they were lying. That this whole election thing was just whatchamacallit.
They just wanted to say what people wanted to hear. And they're like, okay, we keep saying what they want to hear, they'll just keep tuning in.
Drive ratings.
Ratings makes the money. I understand.
Yeah, it does. But the funny thing is, you one of those. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent a little bit, but it's kind of related to it because you know how we literally just said that they understand that if we say that what people want to hear, then they'll tune in and just repeat the same talking points. Even though we can't fall, even though we
God
don't
damn.
necessarily believe it.
Yeah, Jesus.
I think Donald Trump ran on that platform too.
It's more funny. I want you to know it's more funny because I don't know how Donald Trump really works. Because I would love to see I would love to just to hear his thought process on some things.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes he would be he would say something, it gets repeated back on Fox News, and then he'll be like, "See, they said it on the news channel. It has to be true." I'm like, "But yeah, you said it. You can't credit yourself as a source when you're the." So I would love to see where part of that really comes from.
Well, here's the thing: is first he appealed to a base. You know what I mean?
Yes.
His base was the poor white people, essentially. Even though he himself is a wealthy white man,
Yes.
so the disparity is just it's as large as it can be. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, it is not lost on me. I understand.
Right. So I don't think he actually believed half of the stuff that he ran his campaign on, like building the wall in Mexico and you know, voter registration fraud or whatever have you. I don't think he believed in any of that stuff, but because that large base, especially in the South, was really those were their talking points. Those were their views and certain things. I personally don't think Donald Trump was really really believed in half of that stuff. I think he found his base and knew that they would ride for him no matter what, and
Just ran with it.
yeah, just ran with it. You know what I mean?
I can't get mad at that.
Because you know what? He's a businessman. Business people, they see the play, they read the defense. You know what I mean? They read the opposition and they go, "Oh, okay, go and call an audible. This is how we're gonna do this now." And it
Yeah,
worked.
yeah. I can't get mad at. I can't get mad at it.
You know,
I could be upset with it, but I can't. I'm like, damn, how dare you? Because my brain's why would you just say this stuff knowing that people really gonna believe this, knowing it's wrong? But another part of me is money's money.
right?
I can't.
Money talks, exactly.
I can't knock the flow because if I would have thought the same thing, I'm trying to get this money, so if this gets me the money, I'm gonna say it gets me. I'm gonna say it because it gets me the money.
It's the same thing. Believe it or not, it's the same thing on the Democratic side of things because they see what drives votes, especially among minorities. If you talk black issues or you talk LGBT or women's rights issues, you're gonna get the votes. You know what I'm saying? So they might not even necessarily care for it either. They don't necessarily care for women's rights or that type of stuff, but because that's what drives the votes,
Because the people voting for them understand
and keeping their position of power, they might never even
take it up. Mm-hmm.
But you get what I'm saying. You understand what I mean.
I already know what you meant. I just take it time. I was rushing you.
Just it pisses me off sometimes. I'm sorry. Man,
some just the way these people work sometimes. Huh?
But that I did want to see. Now that you say, I kind of do want to see that lawsuit go to court, even though it's
absolutely
not
now you got it. See,
I really want
just want to hear it.
I just want to hear it.
Just want to see how they go talk the way out of this. The settlement. To finish off, the settlement did come with some other stuff so Fox News, the anchors don't have to apologize live on air.
What?
Yeah, they don't gotta make an apology at all. That was one of the agreements of the settlement. That's. I'm gonna do it.
So they just get the cop out,
yeah, pretty much. They can spend it how much they want to now.
They can be what else are some of the details of that settlement?
That's pretty much all I remember. That's pretty much all I know. As soon as they agreed to the settlement, Fox announced a statement. They're like, "This settlement is just to prove that we care about journalism integrity, and that we're going to spend all that money to make sure that we always say the truth."
Sure. I'm sorry.
I know you said that you always, when it comes to lawsuits, you aim high and try to come down. How much? I wonder how much their goal really was in that lawsuit. And then when Fox said the amount, they're like, "Oh, okay."
You know what? I'm gonna go 500 mil.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 500 mil was what the number that they really wanted.
And then
And
when they said that amount, they're like, "Oh, you want to give us that?"
yeah, exactly. 3/4 of a mil. Okay, $3/4 of $1 billion. I'll take it.
No, you ain't gonna tell me twice.
You know what I mean?
Like, you can run that, but on me, it's just
Because their lawyers were probably like, "Yo, this is a multi-billion-dollar media company, so we
if
can
I'm
get yeah."
this is the thing, if I'm Dominion lawyers, I'm definitely like aim high.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Aim as high as you can. If I am Fox News like lawyers, I'm telling them, yo, whatever they want, we can't let this go to court.
Right? Like,
Like you may think we can win this in court. I'm telling you right now, we can't.
we can't. Nope. We got too many receipts.
There's too much. There's too many receipts. Oh. Speaking of receipts, honestly, this is the funniest thing. This doesn't really do political. It technically is political, but it's really funny to me. I forgot what was happening, but someone was telling something about the senator from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor. I forgot. Like they were having a talk. They were having a conversation about something, and she goes like, "Oh, the person that they were questioning on the stand, and asks her. She's like, are you sure you want to say that? Because like you're the one who called that said that. Did you not say that Nancy Pelosi was a terrorist to America?" And she was like, I never said that. And he pulls it out like, I got it right here as a tweet.
Oh snap!
I'm like, damn.
God.
Like, oh.
Oh snap!
And he's like,
she's in some trouble. Holy snap!
who's the trouble now?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, I'm joking.
It says Marjorie Taylor Greene. It says
no.
she's prohibited from speaking at hearing after calling DHS secretary a liar. Did this happen yesterday?
What the hell happened yesterday?
Oh, let's look it up.
What the? All right, cool.
It says a Republican-led committee formally reprimanded Greene, Republican Georgia, after she lashed out at a Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas at a hearing. I'm not saying that right. I know I'm not.
That's okay. I don't say anything right, so.
This is a House committee formally silenced Representative Greene on Wednesday after she lobbed accusations at the Homeland Security Secretary during his congressional testimony. Democrats on the GOP-led Homeland Secretary twice sought to strike remarks made by Greene at the hearing, one in which she accused a Democratic member, of having an extramarital affair. Oof.
Oh.
But the only bipartisan agreement came when she called Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas a liar.
Oh, okay? You calling out people for affair? Oh, I think I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw that when he was like she was like, you had an affair with a Chinese person.
Yes. I was just about to read that. It says Greene said the criticism from Swalwell was rich, quote, from someone that had a sexual relationship with a Chinese spy and everyone knows it. Oh, getting spicy on Capitol Hill, y'all.
Now I have the question: did he have her or not?
I kind of want to know.
Were you cheating? What was going on?
It says Democrats immediately moved to strike her words, arguing that she had violated House rules by making attacks based on personality. Greene declined to withdraw her remarks. She's like, "Yeah, I said what I said."
I can't get back at that. That's respect. That's hilarious, but it's bad, but it's respectful. That's just crazy.
That's crazy.
She's like, you need to take that remark down. You would have thought.
Fuck that.
I ain't taking nothing. I ain't taking nothing away. I said what I said.
Like, that's crazy. Yo, they getting spicy on Capitol Hill, son. They be getting listen, those whatchamacallits, since the riots. The riots really changed a lot of changed everything.
Which riots?
The riots on Capitol Hill back in
Oh, okay.
21.
I was gonna say, which riots are we talking about? Because remember there was a protest in Tennessee as well.
Oh, because of the two brothers that got kicked out or something like that.
Well, it was not because of that, but it led to them getting kicked out. Yes,
Oh, the two black what are they? Are
they're
they?
brothers.
No, I mean like what are their titles? Like what are their official titles? Were they reps or were they just
They were
speakers?
they were representatives, I believe.
You know, well, yeah, it's getting spicy in on Capitol Hill. That's all I got to say. And it's coming to a head, bruh. And this next election is gonna be crazy.
It's like, what you say about my mama? I said it.
That's pretty much how I was going.
Like, had I ever drawn? Nah, I meant it.
Oh, hold on.
Well, what you do now,
I almost activated sticky keys.
sir? Sir,
my my bad.
why your keys sticky?
No. When you activate sticky keys,
I
it's
know,
like when you
I'm fucking
oh,
with you.
nigga, fucking guy. Oh, let's shift gears a little bit. The NBA playoffs have started,
Yeah.
and it's definitely these first round matches have been spicy too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready to fight.
Which series you
I'm
got your eye on the most?
I'm New York bred, so you know where I'm looking.
Knicks and Cavs.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. I was surprised that they got that game 1 win. I was really surprised.
I watched that whole game. You know what? I don't know if I want to say thank you to my roommate Cassandra,
Yeah.
who sat with me during the whole game. She did not have to. She sat with me and watched the whole Knicks first game.
Yeah.
Didn't ask a single question. She was just there as more for like a support. on her phone, not paying a single attention. And I was like, it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice of you.
I ain't saying when she was there, but it was very nice. She didn't have to do any of that.
That was a really good game from him. Jalen Brunson put in work. Josh Hart put in work, even though he got a bum ankle. Randall with his bum ankle.
It's a lot of bum ankles. There was a lot of bum ankles, but that second game, game was not friendly to my heart.
It wasn't. And you know what's sad about that game? They started out really well. I think they were open like a 12-4 lead or something like that.
I want you to know that day was just a terrible day for all New York sports teams. Because I was at the Yankee game on that day too, and the Yankees was getting a butt whooped in the first 3 innings.
Was it by the Angels?
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin went to that game. Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to go. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah, it was a hard match to watch for a bit.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Did the Rangers play that night too, or did they?
They're in the Rangers are in the playoffs.
Yes, they're facing the Devils in the first round.
Yes, and along with the Islanders, I think the Islanders got beat the same day as well.
So wow! In fact, all the New York teams are in the playoffs right now. That are playing. They're good for contending.
I know. I was like, this is a real interesting game for you. You got both New York teams playoffs. Getting beat. Get beat. Well,
the Nets. I mean, they're playing right now, so it's like, they're fighting for their playoff lives.
I actually just got a notification that Joel Embiid just kicked Claxton in the chest.
Yeah, well, he didn't kick him in the chest.
He
kind of like kicked him in the nuts, almost. Like Joel, he was on his back. Joel Embiid was on his back, and what's his name stepped over him, and he like kicked his legs up a little bit, and it was just like, I said, it's getting spicy.
Playoff series is great, and then you got out of all these playoff series, except for like the 1 seeds, because
they're boring.
Yeah, the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves, because the Timberwolves got
nobody cares about that.
The Timberwolves got their own drama to do with.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that series. It's
they already fighting themselves. We're kicking and punching each other.
And then Lakers and Warriors. Lakers and Memphis. That series is getting spicy.
That's because Dylan Brooks. No, I cannot. this man anymore.
I
I like what is with him? Is he trying to be? He just
yo,
wants everybody against him. Is he trying to be like Draymond? I don't. But he's Draymond, so I don't
he
understand.
he's on some whatchamacallit.
He's on that Pat. He's on that Pat pack. I got
Like
it.
he's just a menace for no reason.
Like he's not as good defense on Pat as Pat Bev. He's
Not
better
nowhere
shooter,
near. Nowhere
I
near.
guess.
He's a much better shooter than Pat Bev. Pat Bev can't score for his life. But like honestly, he's just there to be a menace on defense. That's literally what his job is. He can't shoot.
But if you're gonna be a menace, his job is to do defensive rebounding. That's Dennis Rodman's.
True.
And Bill Laimbeer. Like you want to be a menace, be a menace. Like
True.
that's only.
But I don't know. You heard what he said about LeBron after the game last night, right?
Called him old. We all know he's old.
Yo, if LeBron don't give him a 50 piece in Game 3,
on LeBron, I hope so. I really want.
I really want him to also.
No, because he was so crazy. He's not the same as he was in. He's like, I think I could have took him in Miami or Cleveland. I was like, no, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
That was prime LeBron. LeBron currently is like 80% of prime LeBron. Like
right.
You should be happy that 20% is missing.
Right.
Because that's him jumping over you and dunking like he did on like that kid from Boston.
I think that was Jason Terry, wasn't it?
It probably was because Jason Terry got some terrible luck going against LeBron.
I mean, he outplayed him in the 11 finals, but still.
And ever since then,
yeah, it's been on site.
From getting bodied on alley oops to getting jumped over. This Terry just needs to avoid LeBron James.
Listen, Game 3, I want to see 2012 Eastern Conference Finals Game 6 LeBron when he dropped 45 in Boston. I want to see that.
He got that look. He got that look in his eyes, just looking down.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Just like it's like that to me. Like, okay, we both know, I think we both got Michael Jordan as a GOAT, right?
Yes. I really don't have GOATs. I got like 5 players, and they just wrote.
Okay, for me, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Always will be. There's nothing LeBron can do, in my opinion, to become the GOAT. But that game in Boston, though, like 11, 12 years ago,
yes,
yo, LeBron, like, that was his Michael Jordan game.
That was
you know what I'm saying?
That was one of his finest games.
One of his finest games. And I was like, listen, I need to see that in Game 3. I need to see that because there's no way that you can just let him talk to you like that. Because the reporters were laughing when he said it. He's like, I don't care, he old. Oh, okay. All right. Come get this 50 piece now. You know what I mean?
40 to 50. Just tell it everyone. Just give him the ball.
Just give him the ball, get out the way.
Clear lane. Take your defender with you.
Right.
And leave me him.
Yeah, like, come on now.
Whoever he's defending, pick him up with me. I want him.
Switch, exactly. Mm-hmm. I want it all. I want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? And then in the other series, Golden State in Sacramento, your boy Draymond is being a menace.
I can't get mad at Draymond for that though.
I can't either.
Because I watched the whole game and I watched Sabonis literally just do dirty plays on him.
Yep.
So I can't get mad. Also, I also would have stepped on his chest.
Oh yeah, straight up, 100%.
Probably, I would have did it harder.
You would have jumped on him.
Yeah, but that's the Bronx in me. That's because like if I see the ball and I feel someone grab my ankle, I'm definitely like, what the? Oh,
curb stomping. Yep, right in the chest.
Did you ever see Dominic Sue step on that dude?
Dominic who?
There's a football player Dominic Sue. He used to play for Detroit. He used to be a real menace. He was a defensive tackle, like to the point like he literally with his cleats stepped on a dude's like bicep and tried to tear it.
Dominic who?
And Dominic, don't spell his first name. Just spell Sue. It's SUH. Just look up his dirty highlights in Detroit. That's true menace.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, that was true menace Detroitness. He was used to, like, if you grabbed him, he used to shove your face in the dirt, be like, who you talking to?
I remember. Yep, I remember this guy.
He calmed down.
During play of the game.
He calmed down, but I was definitely. You listen to.
Yes, I'm watching it right now.
Stop. I
I'm
definitely
watching.
would. I definitely would have been mean. I'm like, yo, someone grabs my ankle again. Because in game one he kept like grabbing his head, he elbowed him in the chest and everything. Nah, it was on. He
You
let
talking
it.
about Draymond and Sabonis?
Yeah, Sabonis like elbowed him in the chest, like held him down when he got like a rebound and he was trying to get
Mhm.
up. There was a lot of like unnecessary plays that the refs were calling. I'm like, I bet you ain't calling. You gonna get something, all right? I'm gonna give you something.
Oh, I see what you said. Oh, yo, this guy is a menace. Yo, I think I've seen this. I remember seeing this. This is against the Packers.
Yeah, like
This
yes.
is that's crazy.
Oh, this is only one. Oh, he's not the dirtiest play. This is another play that was more dirty than him. That's for a different conversation.
I'm looking at this play against Aaron Rodgers.
When he kicked him in the nuts.
Hold on.
My favorite thing, definitely
Yes. But stepped on his ankle. Oof.
the fuck it. More than two. Like,
Twice. Oh, with both feet. Oof.
good. Get that out the gate. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to
And
win.
you know what's funny? We mentioned that, right? And we think about Draymond. I think that's part of the strategy that the Kings are employing against him.
Yeah, get him riled up and get him suspended. It's easier to beat the Warriors when he's not on the field, when he's not on the court.
Yeah, that is very true.
Because let's be honest, you want to get one of the three out. You don't want Steph, Clay, and Draymond. You don't want all three of them on the series. You want to get one of them out, and Draymond's the easiest to get out.
Yeah, because he be wilding. I'm not gonna lie, he definitely be doing too much sometimes.
Yeah, so it's easier. It's easier to get him riled up. You ain't gonna get Steph. You ain't gonna get Steph ejected anytime soon. They give him too much leadway.
Right. Steph will probably get himself ejected before you get him ejected.
Yeah,
like,
Clay got that white privilege. He ain't getting nothing.
Isn't he half breed too?
And what?
So it only works 50% for him.
He's pale. He's pale enough to be considered white. Therefore, no one's gonna. You know how Klay Thompson might be one of the most talks the most trash out of all the Warriors. Yeah, it's
Actually,
really funny.
What? Yeah, you're actually right. I think
it
so.
absolutely is. If no one calls him out on it because of that paleness. That paleness let him get away. Because there was definitely a point in this year where like he shot a three over. I think it was
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
it was on,
and he made it and like played defense, looking him in the eye like, yeah, you fell. So
yeah, I remember that. He got a tech for that though.
One.
Definitely got a tech for that.
Definitely talks trash all the time.
But you know what? He could back it up.
He got 4 rings to back it up. I'm also talking trash.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. What do you say? I can't hear you over these 4 things I have on my finger that cover my ears.
And I remember at the end of the finals last year during the press conference, he was saying how somebody on Memphis, of course, because they talk too much, had tweeted, like, had mock tweet them. You know what I'm saying? Because their moniker is strength in numbers or something like that. And he was like, yo, when I saw that, I couldn't wait to beat these guys. And now look at us. It was like, yo, look at us now. We won and you're home chilling on the beach.
Yo, that whole team talks like they want something.
Right. And that's go ahead, I'm sorry.
They can't even win this shit. Like, not even close. If they win this shit, this comes out, I'm not gonna apologize. I mean it. I have all bets against them losing. I want them to lose this series, in fact.
I just want Braun to give him a 50 piece. That's all.
I want them to lose this series.
I don't think they will. I think Memphis will win, just because they have now that what's his name's out. This guy,
Ja?
Yeah, with his hand, he got a hand problem, so
he'll be back in game 3. They already won game 2, but he'll be back in game 3. I still think they're going. I think they're going to lose the series.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the way Dylan Brooks is talking.
Yeah, he could talk himself out of a win, out of a series win.
Because at a certain point, but we all know LeBron's going to come out crazy. At a certain point, all of LA is going to come out crazy. He's going to say something about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is going to forget that he's prone to just start dunking on everybody. Well, like, this your defensive player of the year? He's nuts.
Word. I think the Lakers will only be as good as far as Anthony Davis can take them anyway. So.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think they're gonna tell you the truth. Literally, I only have to win in this series and lose in the next round.
Well, who would they play? They will play the winner of Sacramento and
Well, I
Golden
bet
State, right?
the Warriors and the Kings can beat them. So literally, they're literally going to lose at this series.
Yeah, I think Sacramento. I think Sacramento is gonna force it to a game 7. Even though the Warriors are down 2-0, I think it'll wind up a 7-game series, and who knows what happens then? Anything can happen in game 7.
I got Sacramento. Tell you the truth, I got Sacramento going to the Western Conference Finals to lose to the Nuggets.
To the Nuggets?
I think the Nuggets are
Ugh.
going to the finals this year on the
Ugh.
Western side. Just to be honest.
Over Phoenix?
Phoenix would hope they can get past the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi's not playing game 3, so they just might.
True. If I still think nothing against it. I don't trust Dylan. I don't trust Devin Booker no more. I definitely don't trust Chris Paul no more. Now it gets.
Oh, I certainly don't trust Chris Paul.
You understand? It's Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul going against Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot younger. That's a lot younger players to beat.
Yeah, that is a lot.
And then they got like the Nuggets are like built. That's a team that's hard to beat, Vice. You need more.
Well, who wants to go to the NBA Finals in Denver? You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh.
I'm sure you and Stephen A will be very upset.
Yo,
but like, nothing you do,
bruh. If they have, what year was it? They had that was 2020. Yeah, the finals. It was the Heat versus the Lakers, and Stephen A was mad because it was in the bubble.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Why we gotta be in a bubble when I could be going to LA and then Miami?"
Right? Like who wouldn't? If who wouldn't want to do that? For the Miami and LA for the finals, that would be
back to back traveling and all expenses paid for. Oh my god, lovely.
Oh man, good lord!
Just trying into the sports show. Could have just did sports on this.
I mean, we still got some. I still got some other topics I want to hit, but the NBA is good right now. It's the playoffs are going, and I just like how spicy everything is because I'm like, yo, that's what you need in the playoffs. You need teams that don't like each other because all this buddy nonsense is to me it's not good for the league.
It's not, but I really do. You're right. I do enjoy how almost every team in a series does not like each other.
Right.
From Cleveland complaining about Jalen Brunson getting too many fouls. And he only had the funny thing is they were complaining about that on game 1. Jalen Brunson only had 4 free throws.
Exactly.
So I don't know what he was complaining about.
They got everything went their way in game 2. Everything.
I mean, I guess that's what bitching to the rest gets you. I don't know.
What I mean, even Brooklyn and Philly, this series is a little spicy.
Because Brooklyn hates Philly, and great.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid. No one in Brooklyn like Joel Embiid. No one likes Joel Embiid personally, and damn well's good. Like the Nets may not win that series, but they're gonna try as hell to be completely annoying. I can tell you that part.
Yeah, they're down 2 games to 1. I mean, 2 games to none actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we just went everything over in the West. The only series that's really not, worth watching is Minnesota and
the Nuggets. And
right.
Of course, and then on the East side, unfortunately, is Boston. I forgot who Boston's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how do you feel about Trae Young being voted the most overrated player in the league? Because I actually kind of agree. I'm like, that.
As a New Yorker, and what he said about us.
Oh yeah.
The petty side of me is happy.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, probably, I could see why I can see why people would vote him the most overrated player in the league. Though he is a good player. I'm not gonna. He averages he averages about 26 a game.
I think 26 this year. Let me see.
26, 9 assists. He's actually he's an all-star player.
He wasn't an all-star this year though.
There's a lot of good players. I was upset that Jalen Brunson wasn't all, so I can fully understand it.
I agree with that. I can't.
But there's just so many good guards there's so many guards in the East. That's why. But
too many good guards. He averaged 26.2 and 10.2 assists a game. That's not bad.
I wouldn't it's overrated.
Checkmate.
He's only overrated because of how much the media like gives him. Like if he was just a regular player who didn't have this much media coverage on him, we would just call him a good. We would just call him a good player that probably needs to leave Atlanta to win a championship. Same way we talk about Dame Lillard.
Yeah. Speaking of, Dame Lillard's at the game in Brooklyn tonight.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know why, but like,
What? I mean, maybe he likes being in New York. I don't know. Who cares? Are you trying to come to Brooklyn, Dame? What's going on? Why Brooklyn? Why does everyone keep wanting to go to Brooklyn? Fuck Brooklyn. I said it.
I agree. I agree. Ugh. So who you got? Wait, who you got coming out of the East then? Since you got Nuggets coming out of the West.
That's a good ass question. Call me back in another 2 weeks. Call me back next week. Ask me next week. I have no more idea.
Honestly, at this rate, if Giannis doesn't if his back doesn't get better, it might be Philly.
It could be Philly. It could be Boston.
I think it's going to be Philly. I can't see Boston beating this Philly team in 7 games. They don't have the size to compete with Embiid.
Maybe, but they beat him before. That's the problem.
Right?
They beat Joel Embiid before. That's the problem. So that's why it's also not. I don't know. If Giannis is hurt, I'll come back to you. But I am between Boston and Philadelphia.
Boston and Philly?
And then we'll see what happens between the Knicks and the Cavaliers. What makes my decision after that? Because I can't hold them against Don Mitchell. But like the Knicks is a fully built out team. So I can't get mad at them either.
If the Knicks beat the Cavs, who would they play in the next round though?
If Giannis gets healthy.
Oh, right.
If Giannis is
that series, okay.
Yes, if Giannis is healthy, I think the Knicks can't win that. If the Knicks win that and Giannis still can't play, I don't even know that. I can see the Knicks being a Bucks without a Giannis team.
Without a Giannis, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so
agreed.
But then again, let's see how the Bucks play against the Heat, because if Giannis is back and Jimmy Butler is able to take advantage of that, and then Heat go on, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Oh,
a petty Jimmy Butler is a dangerous player.
A petty Jimmy Butler is single-handedly took the Heat to the finals in 2020. So yeah, I agree.
Exactly, a petty Jimmy Butler is a dangerous player, because once he feels like he has something to prove, everyone's on the list. He don't care who it is.
You know what?
And everyone's gonna get it.
You know what? But here's another thing. They also don't have Tyler Hero because he broke his hand.
He didn't. Tyler Hero was just the benefit. Let's be honest.
That's true. He's a benefactor.
He's a benefactor of pettiness.
That is true.
Because he was. That's it.
I think that the Knicks beat the Heat 3 out of 4 times this year. Remember, Julius Randle had that big 3 at the end of the regulation.
I was in the bar for that game. That game was great.
I was watching that game. I was like, Julius, what are you doing? Oh,
everyone else said that too. He threw an ice and say a word. I was like, please go. Everyone was like, what is he doing? This is why we can't win. Oh, Julius is the greatest.
That's New York fans in a nutshell, bro.
What are you doing? I can't. He's the best in the world. Nothing can stop him.
Oh man, that's our guy. That's our guy, Julius. I think I want a Julius Randle jersey.
I want a Jalen Brunson jersey.
You know what? I'm with it. Make sure it's the icon jersey, not the city jersey.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. I got something I want to talk about.
Let me know.
Marcus Houston.
Uh-oh.
Marcus Houston.
What did he do?
He's getting himself in a little bit of hot water with the public.
Isn't he related to Marion or something like that?
I think they're cousins. But
right,
I believe that they are cousins.
Let's see what he did now. What did he do?
So, he's married to a young girl. Like, she's like 19, I think.
I was not aware of this. I think I heard of it. I think I heard that he got married to a very young girl. I didn't really pay much attention
Well,
because like I was on my way to work. But
hold on a second. He used to
marrying
date
some
her. He used to date shorty from My Wife and Kids. Hold on.
the mother or
No, the teenage daughter. What's her name on the show?
oh I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember. Marcus
Was it?
Houston.
I'm thinking Claire Huxtable. Jesus Christ, help me.
Not Claire Huxtable.
Jennifer Freeman. That's her name. She played Claire. Yeah, that was her name. Claire. Claire Kyle. Okay. She was
Okay.
in. She was. They used to date apparently, but now he's married to a girl named Maya Dickey, right?
Dear
And
God.
they started dating in 2019.
2019. That's 4
Uh-huh.
years.
No, they got engaged in 2019. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What?
They got
She
engaged in 2019.
she's 19 now.
I think so. Let me see.
She's 19
She's
now.
22 now. I'm sorry.
She's 22 now. They were engaged in 2019. That's still
It says they
4
began.
years.
It 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 says they began dating when she was 18 and married
Yep.
in 2020 when she was 19. A year later, they welcomed their first child. He's 41, which
She's
means
how
when they
long?
met, he was 38. I'm
Eight-
guessing.
38 to 30 to 37.
Yeah, 37. Yeah, so he was around that age, right?
Uh-huh.
And there was speculation that he's basically been grooming her. But they met at a Jehovah's Witness convention, not an invention, a Jehovah's Witness convention, right? Here's the thing, right? Recently, he said that he doesn't like dating. He said that he married a younger woman because women his age often come with, quote, baggage, right?
Okay, so that I was wondering what was going on with this thing I was reading because it was saying like baggage. I was like, what is it talking about?
Right.
But it talks about marrying someone younger because women his age often come with baggage.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, what does he
And
mean by baggage?
that's what we're about to find out. He said, quote, I'm 41, she is 22, right? I could have married a 44-year-old woman and it could have been disastrous. There's a lot of women my age I've dated. They may have baggage, he added. They may have kids. They may not. There's so many different women I've been with throughout my life, and it just so happens to be that this one caught my heart. Houston, who rose to musical fame in 1990s as a member of the R&B group Immature, also said that single mothers with children are a red flag. Oof, spicy. I would talk to my dad a lot, and he would always tell me to have your own kids because you never know what the baby daddies are about. So if you're going to have kids, make sure it is with a woman that never had kids. That was always my red flag. And a woman with an attitude. I don't like women with funky attitudes. Oh, man.
What's his there's two things because I'm reading it too. It says women. I'm going to kind of this one I got women that are my age have a different outlook on life. Like a lot of women my age are very independent. They are very like, I don't need a man to do this for me because I can do it for myself. And I come from that generation. So I guess this is something I definitely heard before. And I think not we had conversation, but I had a conversation about this with a person. They were like, would you date an independent woman or a woman that says this? And I was like, I personally would, but it wouldn't depend on what they say. It would just depend on how they treat me as a partner. Because that's it. Like, and you can be an independent woman and you can be like, you can say all this stuff, but like, if we're together in a relationship and I'm just trying to be nice to you, don't shut it down as a way of like, I'm being misogynistic or sexist towards you. I'm getting you this because we're dating each other and I want to be nice. Like, I want to get this to be nice to you. Don't make it seem like that. I think it really just depends on the person. Because I have a lot of friends that are independent. I have friends that say this stuff, that say like men ain't shit all the time.
Right.
And I'd look at I have one friend that says it all the time. That you know. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say a name like that. But
Yep.
she says it all the time.
I know what you're talking about.
And I just look at it like, okay.
Like I must not be part of that then, or I must be one of them that you're talking about.
Oh, I don't give a fuck when she says it. I truly don't. She says
okay,
it to me all the time because she'll be like, Tayshawn, men ain't shit. I hate them. And I'm like, okay.
That's your problem, Missy.
I'm like, all right, that got really nothing to do with me.
Well, I got a friend who does the same thing. Well, I don't think we're friends anymore because she's on some other shit. But I got a friend. Well, I know a woman who's like that, and I just be like, you know what? This is why you're in the positions that you are, somewhat, because you have these outlooks that are just like that's holding you back a little bit, to be honest.
It depends, because like I said, it really depends on what you can have these ideas, but if you're letting these ideas stop you from getting the things that you think you want, then at a certain point, maybe it's something you need to look into. Because like I said, I know plenty of people who say men ain't shit, but also in a very happy relationship with the man and have kids, and they keep saying men ain't shit, but they still they still like kiss their husband all the time. Or their boyfriend at the time. So like it really just depends on them.
Yeah. Listen. So let's dissect his comments a little bit, right?
Sure.
Because he said single mothers with children are a red flag. Right? Now, do you agree with that?
I don't fully agree with it, but I can't question his. That's just the way he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I know single mothers.
So do I. Was raised by one.
Yeah, I can't say a woman with a child is a red flag. But I can definitely say, depending on their relationship with the father, that's a red flag.
Well, I guess that's why he would think, like, call it a red flag, because it's like, what's the reason you're a single mother? You know, like, why are you a single mother? Essentially,
I can see
that might be the reason. You know what I mean?
My red flag, if I'm gonna call it a red flag, it would really just depend on the relationship they have. Like, there's two things. How they treat their kid is one.
Uh-huh.
And then what's their relationship with the father of their kid? Because, like, if how you treat their kid is, like, I'm going to call it a red flag based on, like, if we're dating and then I go to your house and, like, you're just yelling at the child all the time and just throwing stuff at them, that's a red flag.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, the way you treat that child is a red flag. Because, like, why
are
you treating a child like this?
Right.
But if they treat their child like with love and care, that's not a red flag. That just means that they just had an unfortunate circumstance. Like, also, it could be like the baby father cheating and stuff. Or there are circumstances that lead to these things. That's what I'm saying. I would like to. There's more behind it.
So you have to dig deeper into.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't call it a red flag. I would definitely be looking out for them, though.
Oh.
But
I feel you, because, you know, for the first time in my life, I actually dated a single mother a couple years ago, and one of the first questions I asked was like, "Oh, what's the relationship like with your children's fathers?"
Yeah,
and she was like, you know, the first one was awesome. Like, she was like, "Yeah, me, him, like, we're good. Like, I don't fight with him. Everything's copacetic." It was the second one that was just like, you know, that was the issue. And, you know, that as you know, how things turned out between me and her, I guess that shit came back to rear its ugly head, because things went south quick between me and her, and it had a lot to do with the second child and, you know, I guess what happened between them.
But
I'm not gonna.
That's what I mean when it comes back to that other, where, like, what's the relationship with the father? Because the first one sounds just a regular. That's just green flag stuff. Like, okay, they're both co-parenting. It just didn't work out. Life goes that way. Like just the way things are. Now the second one, like, now it's like ugly. Like, it's dangerously ugly.
It's ugly. Yeah, it's
like,
really ugly.
It could be like he's stalking her or something like that, and there's like, as a person, if I'm dating this person, if I'm there for that person, I want to be there for it. But as another part of me is like, why do I want to put myself in a situation where I have to be looking out over my shoulder for this dude everywhere?
Right. And what's interesting about the quotes from Marcus Houston, he was saying that his father pretty much explained, like broke the game down to him. He was like, look, I'm going to read it again. He was like, I would talk to my dad a lot, and he will always tell me to have your own kids because you never know what the baby daddies are about. So if you're going to have kids, make sure it's with a woman that never had kids. So that was always my red flag. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, one thing I've noticed is that, and this is just how I feel about how society treats men, is that it's almost as if we're not allowed to have boundaries, or we're not allowed to have certain preferences.
I did a whole solo episode about it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember. You know what? Now that you say that, I remember that.
Yeah,
because it's like,
I hate
you
that.
know,
I hate that. I hate the idea that if you, because in his door he says mine. These are my these are my thing,
right?
and I understand that. Like it looks bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. On paper, it looks bad that you're dating that you married a 19-year-old. It just looks bad because you're near 40. Because at the time when they got married, he was like 30. He was 39.
39, I'm guessing. Yeah,
And because they've been married for 2 years now, he's 41.
3 years.
3 years. So he was 39 to 38. Give or take. So like,
yeah.
So it looks bad, and because of like all the stuff that we know about celebrities like R. Kelly, it looks like from the outside it can definitely look like he groomed her.
Right.
Now, I don't know I don't know everything, and until I get more details, I won't say anything about that. But it's just what it looks like on the outside.
And that's kind of the narrative that's been getting pushed about it ever since he said this. Like, oh, he married her because she's young, so she's easy to manipulate and control. I'm like, well, first of all, nobody knows the ins and outs of their marriage and their relationship, how they treat each other and things like that. So to say that he's just trying to manipulate her is pure conjecture at this point.
It's something you're projecting onto them.
Exactly.
Because we don't know. I don't know the relationship.
I don't either. No, nothing. The
only one that know the relationship is them and probably their parents and their closest friends.
Exactly. Because I don't know if you know any Jehovah's Witnesses, but
I almost did.
Huh?
I almost did.
You almost did? You almost knew a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah, that's a Jehovah. When I was a kid, there was a Jehovah's Witness that came to my door. And I we talked for like 15 minutes because they were asking me questions about the Bible and I knew them. So I was just answering them. And then the person was like, "Is your parents home? Like I would love to talk to your parents." I was like, "Nah, my parents ain't home." But I was 16, so that's why. Not an ACS case to call. No ACS. Mama, don't put that on me. But I was like, nah. But like, if you come back later, maybe we can. And I gave them a fake name, and then they came back next week. And I was Mom, don't open the door. I don't want to talk to these people anymore.
Listen, but you know, when it comes to them, to Jehovah's Witnesses, they're very group oriented. I'll say it like that. Like they're always together.
Yes.
Whether they go to convention halls or whether they go to, their retreats or whatever have you, whatever they're doing, they do it as a group.
Yes.
So since they obviously met at I'm guessing a Jehovah's Witness convention,
whatever religious thing they were doing.
Right. Whatever they were doing, they've obviously known each other and they obviously got a good understanding of each other. Their parents are probably involved, like you said, and close friends. So, they probably kept an eye on him and her because of course, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know the inner workings of how Jehovah's Witnesses operate, but I can imagine that they're like, yo, listen, chaperone dates, you can't call her after this time and this, that, and the third. A lot more rules and structure as opposed to, say, other religions. You know what I mean?
I won't call it grooming until I get some actual full reports. Like I want to see full reporting. I don't want to see people spectating because everyone says something. I'm still not over like one of these some other stuff for some of these people, especially the dude from Creed. When his issue, he got accused of DV.
Creed?
Yeah,
the singer?
No, the villain that played the villain in Creed 3.
Jonathan Majors. Yes.
Yeah, I just didn't remember his name. His whole situation.
Yeah.
And then there was a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber I followed that literally he got accused of being an abuser and a stalkist and a rapist.
Yeah.
And then literally he came out. He didn't say anything for like 3 weeks because he got all his evidence together from every message that this person he had with them. And when he put it all out, it turns out that he was the victim of abuse, and he was a virgin, so he never had sex with anybody because he has performance anxiety.
He has performance anxiety.
Yeah, so he has like whenever like anytime it gets intimate, he gets like anxiety because he was a victim of sexual abuse when he was a child.
Who is this guy? I think I've heard about this. Who is this?
I'll tell you off air because I don't want to put his business. I don't want that YouTuber. I think he's coming. He might come back, but he's gone right now. He was like a virtual YouTuber.
Wow.
But I felt bad because I didn't hear about this until his video came out, and then I heard everything. I was like, damn, this dude really got his whole life shattered, and for 3 weeks, people really called him a rapist. And that's the hardest.
Crazy.
That's the hardest title you can remove from you as a person.
That's crazy.
To get like if you ever get accused of rape, there's no way to ever take that off.
Yeah,
you can just defend yourself. You can just defend yourself as much as you can. But someone's always gonna be like, "Nah, you raped somebody," and you're like,
"That's crazy." Because Jonathan Majors got dropped from his PR firm, I think.
Yeah,
or his reps dropped him. I think he's lost a couple roles now.
Yeah, then literally a few days later, it turns out he was the victim.
Exactly.
Like you see, like I don't. That's why like it really comes from really.
So let's go back to Marcus Houston's comments real fast, right?
The baggage claim or which one? The baggage claim.
Baggage claim. Yep.
We're going baggage claim.
Baggage claim.
Someone get this.
What?
I want you to know, I said that to somebody.
That what baggage claim? Somebody come get this?
I forgot. I was talking to somebody. I was out in public with a coworker, and some dude was like, "Yo, you talked to my girl?" And I was like, "Who?" And then he pointed to some random girl. I was like, "I have never talked to that woman." He's like, "You lying?" I was like, "I don't want that bitch. Go get your hoe." Now leave me alone.
Hey, sheesh. I call you bitches and hoes.
I was upset, and I also had like 4 drinks into me. So,
okay, that says a lot.
I'm a happy drunk. I'm very happy. I'll make all the jokes when I'm drunk until you get me upset. Then I have no filter.
You know what? I can respect that. I can respect that.
And then once he left, I was back to being happy.
Because I can deal with happy drunks and funny drunks. I can't deal with sloppy and disrespectful drunks. Oh, you weren't there. What happened when we went to 123 Burger Shot? I'll tell you that story off air. I'll tell you that.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was. Oh man. I'll just put it to you like this. If that night went the way that I anticipated it to go at the end of it, then I wouldn't have this MCA job right now. I'll tell you like that.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll tell you off air.
Jesus.
So he said he doesn't like women with baggage, right?
Yes.
What is your tolerable acceptance level or your tolerable level of baggage? Are we talking suitcase, duffel bag, or like book bag? Like spending the night bag? Like what's your tolerable level?
I don't know. I always travel with a duffel bag personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess suitcases. It would kind of, to me, it would really just depend on what it was. It could be a suitcase, but what's in it? I just want to know what's in it. That's all.
Unpack the suitcase.
Yeah, I just want to. I think all luggage is good until I know what it is.
Okay.
Like I get hanging. Like me and this girl could get along. I'm like, oh, this is nice, and then I look into it. She used to stalk her ex-boyfriend. Now I gotta go.
She's like,
because
what?
I don't want. She's a stalker. She stalked like her last 3 boyfriends. Now I gotta find a way out of this because I don't want these problems. I don't want to become another victim of being stalked. Like it really just depends.
What if she was an SA victim or a DV victim?
I'm not leaving.
Okay.
I would feel bad. I would feel bad, but I also hope that they're no longer talking to the perpetrator. As someone who works with DV families, that's the most upsetting thing, is that you get to this place away from them and then you're calling your abuser. Why?
Yeah. What if what if say like she's a single mother
Okay.
and she was abused by her child's father, and she needs to she's in communication with him only regarding the child.
That's fine. I know that I'm fine with that situation.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Listen, everybody has acceptable levels of baggage.
Yeah, I understand.
Mhm.
I like I said, my level is gonna be different from yours, and your both our levels are definitely different from Germany's. Producer J and then Brother Z. Who knows?
Well, you know
But
what?
then again,
Seeing as it,
we could turn that into a drinking game. Ooh,
oh yeah, true that. Yes, yes, that's the next episode.
let's
Um,
go.
I think my acceptable level is, like you said, it all depends on what's in the bag and how willing you are to unpack the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, if you got issues and you're not resolving them with like therapy or some sort of treatment or some sort of, I'll
yeah.
just say, program to help you deal with your issues, then yeah,
Anything that you personally recognize as an issue for you going forward, and that
mhm,
has affected your relationships, and you're just like, well, that's just me. I feel like that's a problem.
it's definitely a problem.
Like
Definitely a problem.
I understand. Like I'm happy that you're self-aware that you notice this problem, but if you notice this is a problem that's affect all your relationships up until this point, maybe try to seek something.
Exactly.
Try to seek
Exactly.
out why this. Try to seek out why this is affecting your relationship. Try to understand it more. You
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, that's it. You can be self-aware to a point, but also be objectively aware.
And be proactive about it too.
Yeah.
What's the lowest age that you'll date?
Uh,
Give me a range period, like
Currently, right
oldest,
now,
youngest.
because I'm 29, 25, 24.
25, 24. Okay.
Yeah. Then oldest is just oldest. I don't care. You're older than me. You're older than me. If life goes on, but I probably won't try to date anyone that's in their 70s or 80s.
Ugh.
I'm
Trying
just
to get
yeah.
you a PS5?
I can buy my own. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man to buy it for me. I can do it for me.
I agree because I bought my own PS5. You can't tell me nothing.
I can definitely buy a PS5. I just choose not to.
Well,
I can't buy it. I can buy it right now, but I told you I'm saving up my money just so I can get my car sometime this summer.
oh,
So I'm very excited to have one.
you're gonna be whipping it.
You will be calling. I'll on my days off on weekend. You'll be calling. I'll just be somewhere in my car, just listening to music, thinking about life.
Um, I think for me, the youngest. I think we've had this conversation before, but we're gonna rehash it, especially now that we're older. Um, since I'll be 30 in less than a month. Um, I think the youngest I would go is the 25, 26, maybe. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah,
like you're not, you're not necessarily you're like grown at that point. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of grown at that point. You're not a kid anymore. You can drink, you can vote, you can drive. You might have your own place. You should have a pretty decent job at that point. Maybe you're still in your education.
yeah,
Maybe you finished, or
yeah.
maybe you're like in post grad.
I understand.
But that to me, that's about it. As far as older, I think the oldest I'll go at this point right now is like 34 or 33.
Okay.
There's different age stages in your life that you don't want to deal with. And but you know what? When he says that,
Would you take it if personally if a 40-year-old tried to hit on you? Would you take that? Would you take that relationship seriously? If she was
yeah,
cool?
yeah, like it would have like she would have to tell me why she's interested in me though. Like she would have to break it down to me to a molecular level. Why do you want me? I'm 10 years younger than you. You can basically have any guy you want. Why me? You
That
know what I
sound.
mean?
You sound so sad when you say it like that. You
I
got
no,
told about compliment.
I'm just confused because it's like
Why would you want me?
me of
Why?
all people.
Yeah, you
you
not
know,
like there's so many ways to take that.
it's no seriously. What I know, many men your age are probably trying to talk to you or whatever have you. there are probably men that are between our age ranges, like mid-30s, that probably want you. There are probably men that are older than you that want you.
Why
But
me?
yet, why? Why?
Why?
Explain it to me. Help me
Why?
out, sister. Help me out.
Why?
Help me out,
Why?
Queen Mother. Help me. You know what
Help
I'm
me.
saying?
Shush you. Shush you.
Just help me, please. Help me, please. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
Yeah.
me though. So here's the thing, right? He
Uh-huh.
said that women his age come with a lot of baggage. What kind of baggage does a 19-year-old come with then? And we could probably gonna wrap it up after this one, unless you got something else. But
School.
what?
Like, no, I gotta. What
Right?
baggage
Like,
would a 19-year-old have? School.
yeah,
They're
school.
not. They're not grown. They're still learning. That's pretty much it. Like,
So
unless I, unless they're like, unless they were in some crazy relationships in high school, which it's a possibility. That's the most I can think of.
listen, school don't, the high school don't count no more unless you two are married or still together in some form or fashion. High school relationships don't count. Like,
I mean, like I think mostly because of TikTok, I've heard these Reddit stories. Yeah, these stories be wild.
of
Some
course they do, but
they're like
that's just people get.
have kids. Some of them have kids at 17. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, yeah, teen mothers is still a thing. Teen parents, I should say.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, unless like we're talking about normal, like normally, not anyone's like their biggest baggage is all like they're still growing up. They think like their parents might be on them. They probably got bad grades. They don't know what college to go to, or their college is far away, so it'd be a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
So like, those are like the normal things I can think of right now. That's the things I probably would live on 19.
So is he wrong for feeling the way that he feels? Because he's like, yo, I'd rather deal with a woman who ain't got too much going on in her life, who is not gonna give me a nasty attitude because she's rubbed raw by world experience.
The attitude can always change because attitude is just, I don't know the definition of attitude, of what his definition of attitude is, but everyone has an attitude depending on what you tell them.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me, is he wrong for it? It's his choice. I'm never going to tell anyone they're wrong as long as they're legal. I don't want no
That's
one.
fair.
Yeah, as long as everyone's legal and able to make decisions consent wise, I have nothing to say.
Yeah. So everybody should just leave him alone, leave him and his wife alone and their children.
And until reports come out that he's done something or she's done something,
Yeah.
let's leave it be, because it could just be a normal relationship. They just met. She just happened to meet. They just met when he was 38 and she was 18. There's nothing else we can say. That was it. Or 19. Like, things happen.
Things happen.
Doesn't mean
Listen.
like I don't just throw out skeptics. Don't just throw out your own projection of what happened. Like, oh, he knew her since he was 15 and proved it. Like, no, we don't know that.
You don't know that.
Unless someone comes out and says it, like someone from his or her family or their parties come out and say like, oh, they met each other when they're like 15. They've been talking since. Then don't. Like, we could talk about Drake. Drake's been doing that. That's all you say.
Yeah,
That's
was he
about
trying
it.
to get it? What's her name? The chick who plays 11.
Oh,
Billy
yeah, but he
Bobby
also
Brown or whatever her name is. Was he
I've
trying to get like slide on her DMs and groom her or something like that?
he also did the same thing technically with Billie Eilish. So
Oh yeah, Drake's a predator.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we can say that about Drake. No one calls him out, but Drake, we see you. Don't think
Yeah,
I don't fucking see that shit.
we see you, bro.
Just because you going after little girls older than R. Kelly was going, your shit's okay.
Well,
That's still technically rape, mother. Whatever.
Well, all right, Tay. I think we can wrap it up there.
Sure.
Bring us out.
Happy 420, bitches.
Oh, we could have talked about that. I don't know why
No.
we didn't.
Shush, because we didn't need to, because we don't do it like that. Yeah, friends that do it like that.
You're right.
But thank you very much for listening to the Shitty Brother podcast of nonsense that I stay on and that he stays on every day. If you want to follow us on Instagram at excuse_me_brother with the A, because it's not racist. I'm gonna keep making that joke until I stop.
Well,
yeah. You can follow us on TikTok at excuse_me_brother. Spaces between like a regular sentence with the ER because it's racist. Always knew Jeremy was racist. You can always follow us on our Facebook thing as well, made by Jason, which again it's just excusing your brother with the ER because it's racist, because Jay made it. If you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. You can subscribe, like, leave a comment. We do read them from time to time, and we do try to interact with everybody. So again, send us messages, all that. Thank you very much for listening to it. So whenever you listen to this, good morning, good night, good evening, and if we don't see you again, goodbye and live well.
Peace. God bless.
Let me suck some titties, babe.
Let me suck them titties, baby.
Let me suck the titties, baby. Let me suck them titties, baby.